Hello gamers, welcome to the long-awaited Karl Franz campaign. I think I've been talking about him for maybe like the last 4 or 5 videos. I've been talking about doing this, how I'm getting a new microphone. A little bit of information on that. You guys will still hear the buzz. The microphone is ordered. I went on vacation. This is like one of my, the third day back. I'm waiting on a TV mount. I'm waiting on the microphone. They're ordered, but I really couldn't delay filming. We're taking away any of the Grudge Too Far, and I think Wild Hunt because I intended to make allies of both the dwarves and the wood elves. Anything else seems right to have as an in-game crisis. We're going to plow through. This is going to probably be a 2 or 3 episode series, as per. I don't want to say usual, but it's happened before and it will happen again. It's not our prerogative to do that anymore, but it'll still happen. Then once we get to Warhammer 2, which is going to be one of the next campaigns, there's probably going to be incentive for longer episodes and or more episodes, because I'm no longer playing for, short victory, domination victory, something I can edit pretty well and make a. Oh my god, we explode our own troops. How do I explain this? There's going to be a lot of quest battles, there's going to be a lot more fighting in Warhammer 2, the Vortex campaign. And then once I mod it, I have my mod combo. I'm going to be doing Extended Roster and Grimhammer. SFO Grimhammer are the two compilations that I've chosen for Warhammer 2, and we'll do some Immortal Empire of that. Just play some of the extended factions that you get from those and just check it out. I'm not sure how many factions there are, how many faction mods I can get. That is certainly something I will look into, getting as many races and or factions as possible in Warhammer 2. But Warhammer 3 is really going to be where that's at. I already have bookmarked. Not going to do it currently, as that's going to be down the line. Maybe after even Thrones of Decay or the update to the Changeling DLC. I forget what it's called, but there's an update that's come out to it, or is coming out to it, that I think is going to be a good reason to have some replay value. And I don't want to start a modded game that's going to take me a week to beat, and then the faction mod get broken. Is the only real reasoning behind me not starting our race mods in Warhammer 3, as I know they're a lot more complex in Warhammer 3, but there is a lot of stability and working factors that make Warhammer 2 a more attractive option to me. We're going to keep occupying. We're just trying to occupy our main little area. This was my second playthrough of Karl Franz. I got to maybe turn 12 with another guy, and it just kind of it wasn't recording. For one, I ended the recording and I kept playing. I do that sometimes. I'm just kind of a silly goose. I forget to do that. So I ended the recording and it kept playing. We got a recruit up here. I know you guys can see what's happening on screen, but I do like to commentate so people, if there's listening, know what's going on. But this is my second Karl Franz campaign. I think I would have lost the first. It is a abysmally hard campaign. I played it pretty extensively. Like, if I'm saying there's going to be 3 episodes, you guys know that's at least turn 100. And that's even with auto-resolves later on and a bit of save scumming. Y'all know me. I didn't go too intense on it. Let's get all of our money in here. I love making these alliances. That was my favorite thing with Karl Franz campaign, is we were just like the heart of an empire, and all these military agreements, all this stuff, and there was a ton of factions that I was just like giving back their areas, doing all these little challenges. I love these. Like, I just had to choose prestige or whatever. There was all these different groups that I had to protect. What the heck's going on here? 1 second. Sorry about that. That was fucking outlandish. The footage, I just had to reset the footage. That was some ARG shit, like, not bullshitting around. It spooked the fuck out of me. It was just like, corrupted or something. I just had to re-put it back. I don't know what the fuck I just did. Guys, all it was in the menu, like when you're selecting race and it shows Karl Franz on that part of the screen, like on his little hippogriff, like it was just like choppy black and red, and then Karl Franz just standing in the middle, like off kilter, like if you draw 2 lines down the sides of the screen dividing into thirds, he was on the left line. Like, he was just standing there ominously. It scared the fuck out of me. So here's where I have gotten a little bit better at this. I was cycle charging. I was just harassing the back line while my frontline infantry fought pretty hard. I like Karl Franz. He's a big buffer, and that's why I played him as. Inevitably, he became a powerhouse, okay? Like, it is very hard as a lord. Now, I've done this, where you take every single red and blue trait and, like, no yellow traits. But even then, I'm pretty sure there was still enough room or enough points for me to take some yellow traits and really, buff up a hero. I mean, unless you're taking, like, actually every single one. Then, yeah, it's pretty hard to take some yellow traits. But I mean, if you're doing things properly and planning, which is what I do, or I'd like to say what I do, I aspire to be better at it, but, I like taking blue traits, and I like taking red traits to buff whatever stack I'm going to do on my legendary lord. Like, if I'm using a lot of slayers, I'll take the slayer, put 3 points into the slayer one, and then I'll put the 3 points into artillery or whatever when I'm using. Then if I'm using, like, gun lines as well, I'll put 2 points in a gun line, and then take the ones that buff them up once they're prestige 7. And then, of course, you get some yellow, because your legendary lord is a beast. Like, it makes it a not true war game, but that's what I love about the Total War Warhammer. Because I play Total War Rome and Total War Medieval and stuff. I'm not very good at it. This is the dividing factor, the reason I'm not very good at it. The Legendary Lord is a monstrous unit. He's big. He's the War Elephants from whatever game had those. Like, he is a big motherfucker. He is a tank. He buffs all your troops. Like, he's really good. But the generals in other games, yeah, they buff your troops. Yeah, their bodyguards can do a good flank or whatever. But they're not beasts. They're not good. I just chose to let Middenheim, or wherever this place is, fucking die. I just abandoned him. I declined attack. Then he came down here. He did not like that I did that. He came to my city, and we fucked him up. Like, you cannot attack fucking Osterland, or whatever it's called. Reekland. It's a fucking powerhouse of a city. Have you heard how it's described in the books? If you guys want a good... one of my favorite things, and it gave me a big appreciation for this, was Prague. Don't fight that. Don't fight that. It leaves my mortar intact. And it would give me a secure border to the south. I might take that. 1 second. I'm sorry I interrupted my Prague statement. Yeah, I'm going to take that. We lose our greatsword. We don't lose our hero. We don't lose our lord. But we're going to be able to re-recruit. Retreat. I hate these guys. They come at us pretty hard. We re-recruited. Don't worry. What is this? Take, support whichever one we have lower support with. We're just trying to keep support pretty even right now. Amberlimbed is going to be pretty good. Come on, do it. We're going to push up. We're going to fuck up these orcs. I think I could... Can I take them? Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to take them. I mean, we have a solid front line of spearmen and then just a lot of archers. Yeah, it's not optimal. It's not a great army. It's a starting army. They're doing pretty good. But we're gonna merge them up so we can get some better troops now, which is probably gonna be the smartest thing to do. Back on point, I was listening to Godric and Felix. I'm now on Manslayer, which is pretty nice. I'm enjoying Manslayer. I don't know. They switched authors. I just bought a copy of Troll Slayer. It costed a shit ton of money, like an actual copy. I intend to have all of them in my bookshelf. I have a bookshelf that has. I have the start of a couple of manhwa, like I have Solo Leveling, and some other ones. I only bought like 4 copies, so like the first 4 issues. But it's just like something to get my friends and stuff into what I enjoy. So I like having at least some books from some series. Let's help these guys out against the Skaven, of course. But yeah. There's the description of Prague, and it's like this haunted city with this great eldritch castle sculpted by peoples whose minds were corrupted by chaos and their fight with chaos. And it was a damn good fucking description. And they were describing Reekland like it's the like home of the Empire. There's so many good descriptions. It's not worth it. I can fight this better than that. Look, he has like a dog stack. He has some spearmen. He has some archers. Yeah, it's a decent stack. He would be able to fuck me up a little bit. But I personally think it's a dog stack. Ooh, that reminds me. I just did Beastman. I recorded it. I got home like 3 days ago. And of course I wanted to play some video games. I've been on the road with nothing but an Xbox. I know that sounds pretty privileged, but dude, I don't know. I love these long war games and stuff. I was playing Xbox. I beat like what's it called? Crisis or something. I beat some sort of shooter game with a mechanized suit. I was like, this was not as fun as I remember some of these games being. I had a lot of fun. I played a lot of Loop Hero and some other strategy games. I have to be in the right mood to play a game, and it felt very limiting, so I don't know. We're going to bring this guy over here to guard the left flank of our gun lines. He's a druid. He's in the trees. He's going to fight pretty hard. He's going to win, like, because each hit he's going to kill, like, 2-3 dogs, so yeah, look, they're already fleeing. And then his crow thing is really good. I love his crow ability. I feel the crow ability breaks morals pretty well. I also feel like the wild magic type's really good, because you get this, like, these really strong buffers. You get to summon, what was it, mana cores? Like, you get to summon a pretty powerful monstrous summon, or decently powerful monstrous summon. I don't feel degrades too quickly, and then you get these really strong buffers that can make your front line pretty impenetrable for a time, because, like, the Gaelix Pelt or whatever, really is a truly powerful ability. The way it increases melee defense, I think it increases armor. This stuff like that's really fucking good. We beat the shit out of these guys. We beat the britches off of them. And that's gonna be that. Yeah, we're gonna head on out. If you guys see the screen flash black, which I think I just saw happen, that was actively happening during recording. It hasn't happened in the last couple days, which is nice. But when I came home, there was an update. What am I doing here? He retreated. I was about to say it. I save scum. Yeah, look at that. Give my other army some XP. It's worth it. And look, we got some shielded spearmen, so that'll be a nice little. I don't want to call it a shit stack. It'll be a nice little stack. Like a pretty even stack. We aren't going to beef up either of these armies too much. We are, however, going to get our great sword back, which is my favorite fucking thing ever. These purple great sword people ended up being like the bulwark of our empire here. So we came back up here. It's been a couple turns. We took this location, or we were attempting to. They had an army come reinforce, so we retreated. We're just trying to keep the northern push because we don't have another flank to push right now. But I tried to keep Karl Franz back in the Empire, which was probably... We're going to safeguard. I'm going to take the Golden Order. I am. That's a legendary lord. It'll be good to get him early on. He was actually who I was focusing. He's a pretty powerful lord, and he's going to be worth bringing in. They were at war with the Maw. We are not at war with the Maw, but we're still going to use that to our advantage. We're going to push down, and the Maw will pretty quickly surrender because we confederated with them, and that made us pretty strong. Let's disband this unit, and then we're going to take Gelt. He has this army that's whatever. I just heard my cat, so if it just got more windy, my cat came in. But this is like one of these episodes over the next couple days are going to, because I'm going to keep editing these over break. Because during the school year, I can only edit 1-2 episodes a week. So it feels really nice to get to edit a bunch in bulk. So it's probably why I'm so enthusiastic about recording this. But, ooh, easy. Yes? Hello? That got picked up on the microphone. Come here. Yes, Annabelle. And then after recording this episode, I'm actually going to put up some sound dampening panels. So hopefully the Project Zomboid episode I'm going to edit right after this will have a bit better sound quality. Let's go ahead and take that. They sallied forth, which gave us it pretty quickly. We can't return to the Elector, of course, because we confederated them. So we will occupy it. Then Gelt is going to move on down here. We're going to take this one, which will be pretty nice, because this will give us a, I want to say bulwark again. Bulwark, I think that's the right word. Like a southern front, which I think will do pretty nicely at holding out against these guys or any other threat. It'll give them something to attack before they push into our territory if Wazag or somebody comes forth. We've got so many quest battles. I didn't end up doing any quest battles. I had no downtime. And it's updated, so I can't go back and do it now. So let's keep the siege. I can't go back and do it now because it's whatever. And where I ended was at the end game crisis. I thought it was pretty cinematic where I ended. I won't spoil in what way, but I thought it was pretty cinematic. This guy's expanding a little bit too much. I don't like Gorst. I find him a decently easy guy to fight. I want to say decently easy. So we're going to push up here. He's got this army. We wouldn't lose auto-resolve. So what I'm going to do is just pop that quick save. And I will tell you, in all honesty, this is with 100%. I didn't save scum this. This was my strategy the first time fighting this. And I'm pretty proud of that. I've gone better at how I play and how I strategize fights. I don't have to save scum as much, and that is a wonderful feeling. Especially getting such a strong-willed campaign like this, where I just got to have a whole lot of fun playing with a whole lot of different army comps, because the Empire is an all-rounder. I'm going to play, I'm not sure what it's called. I might play Middenheim soon. Or there's a bunch of these modded factions that I've seen. And I think what I'm going to do is if I get bored, because after this I am going to record some Warhammer 2. Once I'm done editing all the Warhammer 3, I will record some Warhammer 2. But if there's a case to be made that I get bored, I'll just install individual race mods and play through a campaign with them and then uninstall them. Or unenable them or uninstall them. I'm not sure. That is until there is a reliable collection or giant mod for me to have a whole lot of fun just putting together and playing a pre-made collection, because that's what I like to do. I'm not the only thing I will ever professionally mod, I do mean professionally, I had people pay me to do this, is Skyrim and Fallout 4. Like, when I play Skyrim and Fallout 4 on this channel, which I will, my Fallout 4 mod pack's pretty perfect. You know, it's... I get some crashes. I think everyone does, and I have some broken quests and stuff. But there is a strong case to be made that having like 500 mods and getting to have a good... Oh, what was my Fallout 4 save? I just checked it the other day. I want to say... Because it counts like days played or whatever. I want to say it was like... over 2 weeks of playtime. Like, on this one save. And that was after like 50 hours of setting up the mod list. A combination of workshop mods, essentially from the in-game workshop, and a out-of-game mod menu. And it's the same thing with Skyrim. I've done the same thing. Those are like... I love making those work properly, and I had a lot of enjoyment doing that. But Warhammer 3, I don't know like the base, because I know in Skyrim, oh, the bug fix is not compatible with this entire group. Oh, this is... I would have to relearn all that. And like the base mods, it's like, okay, in every playthrough you want to have SFO, you want to have Old World or something. I don't know any of that information. To catch you up on the battle, I'm up on this hill. I have Karl, Franz fighting pretty hard in the front line. I have my magicians cycling spells, and we're just holding this point up on this hill and letting them flood forward and keeping the fight pretty damn hard. And it's going to go pretty hard. They've got some hex race. They've got the solid front line of all the disposable infantry, and what I'm doing is just focusing fire to make them crumble, and then once they're crumbling, that gives our front line a better time to fight. And I felt I did a at least halfway good job at, you know, keeping these guys buffed and keeping my other guys fighting pretty damn hard. Because, you know, we're the Empire. The entire fight, when I was playing this, when I'd click on a guy, he would go like, we would die before we turn, or some shit. Like, he'd say some fucking badass line and keep cutting down the undead. I found that really enjoyable. Oddly enough, I thought I would get tired of talking this episode, just because it had been like 2 weeks since I'd gone on one of these great rambles, but I am not tired of talking. Instead, I'm starving. I went to the gym this morning. It's like January 2nd, I want to say. Fact check real quick. January 2nd. So the gym was open. Excuse me, let me set down my energy drink. So the gym was open for the first time today, since New Year's. There wasn't a whole lot of crowd there. I guess later on, I showed up at 5 a.m. A little bit later, like 7 when I was leaving. It did get a bit busy. I don't like being around a lot of people. It kind of just... it messes with me. I don't get that mind-muscle connection. I get pretty anxious. So, I'm glad that I got out of there. 1 second. Let's take this settlement. Return to Elector. Actually, I don't give a fuck. I'm going to occupy this. But not for the reason you might think. We've got to retreat. They've got a reinforcing army. Sucks to suck, but we're going to retreat. These guys are going to non-aggression pact, pay us for it. That's pretty nice. We'll hire some nearby mercenaries. That's usually what I'll do. I'm not really high on money very often. I am in the stark negative, if you noticed. But we're getting in so many fights that we're just farming cash. But back on topic. Well, we're going to juggle topics here. We're going to take this settlement. But I do have a pretty good story that I'll actually tell here in a minute. This is about to be pretty rapid fire. I'm pretty sure we just got our short victory or something. What the fuck? Was that short victory? If that was nonsense. Ooh. Are we being serious? I don't know what I saw. We have this nice little hero. I like having these heroes that just run around and do some shit. This guy was our goat the entire campaign. We got this guy up here is absolutely farming. He's in the settlement. He's not going to lose barely anyone. So the settlement's currently like our threshold in the empire. They want another... What the hell just happened? Wait. Oh, the recording's a different number now. I may have not saved or something. Something happened. Oh well. We lost a turn, I guess. That kind of sucks. But we're going to trade these guys as settlement. Look at this. King of Bretonia, instant allies, and he gives us money. You know, we're kind of strapped for cash. So some money and some allies would be pretty good. We're going to go in here. Lose this guy. Pretty much the same battle as last time. We were only able to recruit one guy. And then we tried to flee to come back to our territory, and they came for us. And then look at that. They're coming on our front with a pretty strong easy auto resolve, easy money too. We've got to take the money. We're already getting enough XP as is. Auto resolve gives you plenty of XP. And then these guys wanted something. I'm not quite sure. What did they want? Non-aggression pact. We were marked as, I think, a moderate threat, so we were being pretty ruthless expansionists, so I'm almost certain they were decently scared of us. We could win this. We could win this, and if we had good strategy, we could win this, and then we would get rid of the Bray herds for a while. We're just going to set up a solid line. We're going to try to fight them down to last man. Shouldn't be that hard at all. Back on top. So I was at the gym, and there was this guy. How much of this story can I tell? A little bit of pre-context. I have a lot of people who talk to me pretty randomly, and they kind of... or I'm decently friendly with a lot of people, I should say. Like, there's a lot of people at the gym, like the big Samoan guy. There's all these wonderful guys. I don't know any names. And we kind of refer to each other like that. Like, the big Samoan guy is known as the big Samoan guy. And then we have this guy who's bald, and he's pretty big. And we just call him, like, the guy from Hot Ones, Sean Evans. We just call him that. And that's how we just refer to each other. And I do enjoy that. That's pretty fun. But the big Samoan guy, is a really nice guy, and there's all these guys I talk to. And we really enjoy each other's company. We enjoy working out near each other, but we aren't, like, actively friends. But there's this guy I've had some conflict with who happens to be a ginger fellow. I had some conflict with him in the past that was pretty harsh, to the point where he had made some rude remarks and even approached me in the parking lot, and I had threatened him, and he ended up walking away. That's how I'll put that. So that was a whole shebang, and he ended up referring to me in a rude manner today with his friend there, who seemed to be there for a New Year's resolution to lose some weight or something. And that was really positive. And then he insulted his friend when his friend was like, hey, there's no need to say that to them. He insulted his friend, and then I insulted him again. And I don't know, it just seemed like a tasteless interaction. I'm not going to go into more detail than that, because I was pretty damn rude when I insulted him back. Like, I wasn't like, oh, okay. I'm like, get the fuck back on the machine and finish your workout. Like, don't call your friend a beast. Because he called his friend a fat ass and told him he should join me on the treadmill. I'm like, that was just abysmally rude. Let's take this settlement. Return it to the elector. It's going to be worth it. It'll gain their fealty, and it'll give us a solid little settlement against Festus, which will be nice. We'll also move up here so we can eliminate their northern territory and start pushing them south. We can also return this to an elector. I'm pretty sure the same one. Or not. And then we'll come on down here. We retreated him. And then we'll get him to go fight these guys. It'll be an easy fight. But yeah, I at the gym, I did not want to be rude to that guy like that. As I approached him, I'm like, hey, how many sets you got left? I'm not trying to rush you. It's my last workout. Like, I just want to know. let's deny this peace treaty real quick. But he then was like, oh, as many as I want. I'm like, okay, how many? I want a number. Because he's done that to me in the past, where he's just like, I'll do as long as I want. I'm like, I'm not trying to rush you at all. You could say 30 sets and I'll go off and do something else. I'll go get on the treadmill. But no, he was pretty rude, and then he was more rude. I didn't want to be rude to him. I love helping people at the gym. That's why I'm going to be a personal trainer. Like, I am. That's already what I'm doing. Assert independence. It'll give us some more imperial authority, to cement the empire. Let's be a little bit better. They want another peace treaty. But no, I love the gym. There's already a bunch of new people here today, and I love talking to them. I loved getting to know them, or those who wanted to talk. I never approach people like offhandedly. This is gonna be a pretty solid fight, I bet. Let's go ahead and pull back a little bit, though, just a little bit. We're going to assault the units like this. We're going to do the unit assault. It was a failure. That's fine, but we still have full reinforcements here. Well, not full. We only have one army's worth, but this will be nice. If it says an auto-resolve, like a Pyrrhic victory with high casualties, I can usually do it with way less. Maybe not as many as I would like to say I could, but I can do it with way less. So we're going to form up some solid lines. I was figuring out how we're going to get reinforced. I actually wanted to keep it off on the sides, because then I could have this army flank from the side and actually come in and attack. And, like, I was pretty sure they were a lot of guns, so they could form a pretty solid gun line, which would be nice. I love this little horseshoe shape. It's actually one of my favorite formations, especially with the Empire. I feel it does pretty well. And we've got all these mortars, which are just going to pepper these guys with some really solid shots. And that'll lower the morale and even crumble some before we do anything. Context on what I was talking about before. When I said I've had conflicts with this dude in the past, that's exactly how the other ones started before. I was using a machine, and he had asked how many sets I had. And I got off of it for him, and then later on I asked him how many sets he had on a machine, on the incline bench press, the exact same machine from today, and he was just like, as many as he looked at me, he's like, for you, as many as I fucking want. I'm like, ooh, that was a bit rude, and that's, I think, he thinks of me as like his gym nemesis or something. I don't know. It seems kind of a foolish interaction that we have. I don't quite enjoy it. Let's make sure we're targeting the White Kings and their heroes. The Vampire Count's heroes are very powerful. They're very strong. I do not enjoy fighting them a lot. It doesn't feel good to fight them a lot. Also, with Warhammer 3, I remember what I said I was going to do. With the Khorne, we're going to do Khorne and Immortal Empires. We're going to do the Cathay Jade Emperor, whatever, that guy. We're going to do one of his faction. We're going to do him. We're going to do Khorne. I tried the Prince of Pleasure, the Slaanesh guy. Don't come into my back lines, please. But, I tried the Prince of Pleasure, Warriors of Chaos guy. Slaanesh with the Seduce units that cost money, it turns out. I thought it was just like an innate ability because they are pretty weak. I don't enjoy it. I do not enjoy Slaanesh. That is like my one faction. Like every other faction I can play. Like I have my favorites, of course. I love dwarves. I love this. I love that. Slaanesh? Dude, I can't even power through with Slaanesh. Slaanesh are so... I don't want to say upsetting. I just hate the Slaanesh playstyle. Like, they're a really strong frontline fighter. Like, they're all this good stuff, especially with Warriors of Chaos. Like, that's a great start. So I think I'm going to do one. I'm going to essentially Iron Man mode it. Like, the only saves will be when I leave the campaign. like for the day, and I think I'm going to do that for Warriors of Chaos. But before we come back to Warhammer 3, we're going to finish doing a couple Vortex campaigns. So it's going to be like this, for you guys at least, because I've already recorded all the Warhammer 3, except for the ones I'm about to talk about. So we're going to finish Warhammer 3. We're going to finish Warhammer 3. We're going to play all the factions I want to play. Then we're going to go Warhammer 2. We're going to play some Vampire Coast. We're going to play some High Elves. We're going to play some Dark Elves. We're going to have a lot of fun, testing out the Vortex campaign. Then we'll come back to Warhammer 3. We'll play Khorne, Warriors of Chaos, Cathay, much shorter campaigns, like 30, 40 turns, not even to Doomstack, maybe. And then after that, we will mod Warhammer 2. And then after that, what the heck? Yes? Hello? Annabella's back. After that, we'll, I don't know, Battle Brothers. There's a ton of these games I want to play. There's so many fun Warhammer, Total War, whatever the hell games, and we'll have a lot of fun with that. But as you guys can see, this battle, and in this battle finishing, this battle and the episode are coming to an end. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, or whenever you're watching this. Hope you guys come back for more. If not, I hope you enjoyed your time here. I hope to see you guys again next time. If not, that's all right. I think that was my outro, but I may have entirely forgotten it. But outside of that, yeah. Positive affirmations as always. I had a really nice Christmas. I enjoyed buying things to work on YouTube, and I have a spending issue. So the fact that I was able to buy these things and enjoy the process of buying them really makes me look forward to doing this hobby. I'm so glad I have the chance to do a hobby like this and have a chance to spend my time doing something I enjoy outside of work and school. It feels really nice getting somewhere to talk to and just be myself and play the games I like